had to put this one back a little bit due to a busy month, but it also has to be done before the community redraw, so kind of a deadline I've got to stick to. And here it is, See Creature SWITCH-A-ROO Part 2, where we find out what's happening to our narrators now that they've swapped bodies. Let's bring these illustrations to life.
Come on then, Nexum. I might not want to damage my body, but I think that beast form it's in can take a beating without too much risk to Nexum's life. Although I don't think I will have much time to figure things out, I just hope Erronfold's body has the reflexes required to handle my alter ego.
Nexum was getting more and more enraged at his opponent, who was dodging the repeated flurry of attacks. He let out a loud roar which echoed throughout the water. As the shockwave from the roar travelled outwards, it hit the bodies of Nexum and Demonica, now inhabited by Erronfold and Demonica. The shockwave continued forwards into the vast depths of the sea, although moments later, while Dinoclaw and Nexum were locked in the midst of battle, Demonica's body began to twitch slowly as parts of her body began to change, completely unaware that the unconscious Erronfold in Demonica's body was undergoing a transformation. Speaking of things our motley team were unaware of, the sound wave continued outwards without any sign of dissipating. Meanwhile, Demonica's body was starting to grow armour-like plating, as well as a couple of extra limbs. It was becoming more monstrous for each passing moment.
Well, it looks like we're at a bit of a stalemate. Although this body is capable of dodging easily, I'm not sure how long it can keep this up, possibly all day at this rate, but still, it is rather tedious. I wonder when Erronfold and Demonica will wake up. It still sounds rather strange referring to Erronfold while I'm in his body. Talk about a strange day. I would like to think it won't get any worse. However, that buffoon Nexum has already caused my more monstrous alter ego to run amok.
Just then a faint roar could be heard in the distance. It was almost missed in the ambient noise of the vast underwater environment they were in. However, it seemed far away, and the only reason Dinoclaw heard it was because of Erronfold's acute senses, and in that instant he was not clashing with the out-of-control Nexum. This momentary peace, however, did not last long. As soon as the faint roar faded away, Nexum resumed his flurry of attacks at Dinoclaw. However, as they were fighting, Dinoclaw noticed movement from the corner of his eye where the other two were. His gaze averted from Nexum for a moment, giving him a chance to swing his monstrous hand down and catch Dinoclaw on the arm. Well, on Erronfold's arm. His attention was now back on Nexum as he made a bit of distance between them. All of a sudden, a large, crab-like pincer rushed past Dinoclaw, grabbing Nexum by the arm. As he turned to look where the pincer had come from, he was in shock at what he saw.
Erronfold, what happened to you?
Well now, lad, it appears that Demonica's body also has a few secrets, and I must say, I'm liking this new form. Not to mention, it's armoured like a crustacean. Now lad, let's see if you and I can tame this beast, and bring Nexum here back to his senses.
This is a fascinating turn of events. Who would have guessed our sweet Demonica would have something like this up her sleeve? Another form. Although, how did you discover it?
No idea, lad. We just woke up and found her body had changed into, well, this kraken, as it were. Lucky for me, perhaps 'twas a response to being in danger. Either way, good old Erronfold here can work with it.
I suppose it does make sense. She is a demon after all. But for now I'm glad about this turn of events. I guess you never thought you'd be fighting alongside your own body, did you, Erronfold?
To be honest with you, lad, there was once a time where I battled a beast which could create a replica of those it faced, causing them to fight against themselves. It was a fine battle, and the only way to win was to surpass my limits, though the situation was far from that. It's still the closest to this, but you're right. There's no way Erronfold here could have seen this one. Dino lad, how could I have foreseen waking up today and turning from a man into a woman? Well, demonist, but still a woman, her.
You have a point. I can honestly say I too did not see this happening. However, I am indeed thankful that you stepped in when you did. It would be rather troublesome to deal with my alter ego, and Nexum, while he is in this form without seriously damaging my body.
Happy to oblige, Dino lad. Though if the Demonica in Nexum's body was awake, then we could make use of that lightning attack to maybe subdue the beast. Maybe next time, Dino, when you face your demons, it'll be one that we can actually slay.
At this point, Nexum was getting stronger, and Erronfold had to wrap around his arms with several of the tentacles, as he held Nexum's arms at bay with the pincers. Despite his strength increasing and gaining extra limbs, or claws, he was still struggling against this beast, which was getting stronger and stronger the more enraged it became. All of a sudden, there was another roar, this time louder and closer than before. It took Erronfold and Dinoclaw by surprise. The pair looked towards the sound of the noise to see a small set of bioluminescent orbs getting closer and closer, at speed.
Looks like we've attracted a wee beastie to deal with alongside Nexum here. I think you can handle this one, Dino lad, while I hold Nexum here at bay. Oh, not so little a beastie, are we?
Erronfold, I think you may have gotten the size of this creature a little bit wrong. This looks like a leviathan of a beast. In fact, let's just call it that. A leviathan is gigantic. How do you suppose I deal with this beast on my own?
Just then, the giant sea creature, or leviathan as it would best be described, slowly swam up to our group of would-be heroes. It stared them down as they remained motionless, just looking into its large eyes wondering what to do next. Before they had time to figure out a plan, the beast swung its long body around. As it did, Erronfold and Dinoclaw darted out the way. However, the monstrous form of Nexum charged head-on at the fin that was coming towards him. As he hit the fin, he was sent flying through the water until he hit something solid. It was the side of an underwater cliff, knocking him unconscious. His body just floated there, motionless.
Erronfold, as much as I'd rather not fight this beast, how are we going to check on Nexum and my body? Let alone save Demonica from this beast's attention.
Dino lad, Demonica isn't here no more. I think she was sent by the Force off with your body and Nexum. Kinda makes the situation a bit easier as, well, as it's just us and this beast. Though lad, I have an idea, and you're not gonna like it.
Marvellous. What happened to me? What is that over there? Nexum, is that you? Why are you still in that, well, rather handsome monstrous form? Nexum? Oh, you're not breathing. We can't have that now, can we? Let's do something about that.
Demonica began to build up an intense electrical charge in her hands and placed them on the monstrous chest of Nexum.
I've always wanted to try this, since watching those human medical shows. How did it go again? Oh yeah. Clear!
Demonica hit Nexum with a full blast, but there was still no sign of a heartbeat. So she did it again, this time holding the charge just a little bit longer before releasing it. Nexum's body arched, and in the silence of the water, a rhythmic sound could be heard. It was the sound of a heartbeat.
Demonica, is that you? Whoa, why am I looking at a sea creature version of, well, me?
Nexum dear, it's me, Demonica. Don't you remember? Our bodies all got switched and you're in—
Oh god, no. I'm in Dinoclaw's body, aren't I? Wait, what happened? I felt like I've been hit by a truck. My arms. This body. That's right. This body changed and I lost consciousness as it did. What the hell has Dinofreak gotten me into? Where is he? Demonica? What the heck was that?
Looks like Erronfold and Dino have found a sea creature to play with. And by the looks of things, it's a rather large playmate. I wonder how they are holding up.
Demonica, there's no way they're going to be able to get out of this one. Have you tried the doohickey of mine? The interdimensional gizmo on your arm?
Nexum, darling, you went on a rampage. There's no time to even look at this thing while trying to subdue you. It was rather impressive you took on myself and Erronfold. Not sure what happened to Dino after you knocked me and Erronfold out for the count?
Sorry, Demonica, my darling. I didn't mean to hurt or injure you.
I think we need to focus here. Though, Nexum, darling, you didn't.
Was that another roar from behind us? Please. Oh, please, for the love of all things mech. Don't tell me there's another one of those giant sea creature things looking down on us. I mean, I think I know the answer, but for once, on one of these interdimensional mishaps, can I just get a frickin' break?
Nexum and Demonica slowly turned around to see another giant sea creature staring down at them, its mouth open wide with razor-sharp teeth.
Nexum, darling, when I give the signal, let's head to Erronfold and Dino. We need you to fix this device and get us out of here as fast as you can, before we become...
Fish chow. I agree. Just what is the signal you're on about? How are we going to outswim this thing?
Just then, a large crackling sound could be heard coming from where Demonica was. Both our hands were glowing with large balls of blue bioelectrical energy. All of a sudden, Demonica threw these balls at the creature, hitting it in the eye and causing it to flinch and thrash about in pain. Nexum was just floating there in a state of shock, super impressed at what Demonica just did.
Nexum, darling, run?
Oh crap, yeah.
As the pair joined up with Erronfold and Dinoclaw, the other sea creature appeared, and both of the two gigantic creatures locked eyes. Before charging each other, a massive underwater battle broke out, and our group of adventurers swam down, finding some cover by a nearby sea cliff, hiding behind some rocks.
Demonica, there you are. What happened? How has Nexum come to his senses while in that form? Well, I came to and saw him floating there, not breathing. So I gave him a bit of a shock to start his heart back up. When he opened his eyes, he was back to normal.
As much as this is a rather interesting catch-up, Demonica, try the device and let's get out of here.
Demonica tried the device, but nothing happened.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it's not working, and your hands are a bit too large to fix this, it seems. You're going to have to change back to that non-monstrous form. We are doomed.
Now, Dino lad, let's not be too hasty. I'm sure Nexum can do it if he tries. He has to come to his senses and all.
Perhaps you are right, but with those beasts fighting, we won't have long to get out of here. You're going to have to focus on changing back and calming down. Since you seem rather calm now, then you should be able to do that much, right?
Okay, let's give this a try. Will those two sea thingamabobs shut up? I'm trying to focus here.
Nexum, darling, you need to focus. Ignore those children having a little spat and get us out of here. I know you can do it. For me.
After hearing that, Nexum started to change back to normal. It may have just been his arm, but his arm was all he needed.
Remarkable. You're actually doing it. Keep going.
That's all I can do, Dino Freak. Sorry, just yeah. But this should be enough. Demonica, let me see the device. Hold it here. That should do it. And here we go!
There was a blinding light, and our adventurers were sent back to the Department of Multiversal Matters.
Finally, we're out of that nightmarish place. But are we back to Dinoclaw? Is that you?
I believe so. Looks like we're both in our bodies, but what about Erronfold and...
Well done, lad. Looks like you got us out of there and back to our bodies. How about that?
Nexum, darling. Well done. Just one thing, Nexum. How? How did you manage to control that form and change back at will? I didn't think that was possible. Until the beast passes out or loses consciousness.
Well, you see, that's because I'm awesome. Dino Freak.
Nexum!
Don't look at me like that, you two. Look, sorry, Dino. Odd habits and all that. But after spending time in your... what's the phrase? Oh yeah. After spending time in your shoes and becoming that out-of-control beast, I guess we can have a chat about it. I'll tell you all I can to see if it can help. Let's find somewhere to talk, shall we?
I have to say I had a lot of fun doing this part 2 to the Creature SWITCH-A-ROO, where we took our narrators in the original episode and we turned them into sea creatures. I'll put a link on screen, either on a card or definitely be a link in the description below. Again, I have to thank DempseyJ Gaming for the amazing idea to switch the bodies of the characters. I think it worked out really well and I've had a lot of fun with that. And in terms of Nexum and his newfound outlook about Dinoclaw, I guess only time will tell what happens next. Monday's video is the one most of you are excited for. It's the community redraw, where I'm going to take your submissions that you submitted over the past month and redraw them in my style, do something fun with a story. If you want to see other episodes of our narrators, why not check out the one where they first met in Enter the Splatfirst? Or alternatively, you can check out one of my favourites, Sharp vs Nexum, where Nexum met Benny Sharp. That's it for today, and I'll see you in the next video on Monday, the Community Redraw. Stay safe, everybody. Catch you next time.